Alright, guys, so this is first look at Lagertha, like first real in depth, and off the bat, I'm gonna say I'm kind of scared to invest in her. Honestly, I am. I'm a little scared to invest in her, and I've actually pumped the brakes on my star investments. You guys saw footage from my last KVK. I went over it. I haven't really gone over the Lagertha reports yet. My fighting did get cut short because my Mighty Empire was interrupted by a family event. Either way, I get that she's not 5 star, and I get that she's not maxed out, so that is gonna make a difference. However, if I'm already investing into a commander and I've used them, I've taken them out for a spin. You guys might have remembered me saying like I wasn't super satisfied with her performance, and she actually felt kind of mids. And we're gonna talk about her today because I'm gonna go over some reports with you guys, um, and I am gonna talk about the lineups that I do think she is best with, in my opinion, so far. All right, look, this was a Cav march against my swordsmen. I went into this battle with less troops. They went in with 120. I came out with more troops. Now, it's a Lubu Guan Attila. Lagertha is kind of there to I don't want to say counter because she doesn't really counter anything directly that Lubu does other than the damage that he's dealing towards you. So you are going to be taking less damage from Lubu, but that's not like a super hard counter, honestly, in my opinion. Here's the thing we got to keep in mind. Lubu is still being paired with Guan Yu. Like, I get that Guan Yu is great with them, and that out of all of the Tavern heroes, Guan Yu is up there amongst the best. So that is fine. But it's still a Tavern hero. It's still a Tavern hero, which means that we haven't actually seen Lubu's full potential. We haven't. Now, I did win this one, and I was also taking hits from T7 at the same time for a little bit. So this is a good report. It's fine, but let's move on to a few others. We'll go over 3 more. This is against a Suleiman T6 against mine. Look, Suleiman is a super mid tier commander. Like, he's terrible. I'm sorry, and like that's such low star investment. That's terrible. But he does have really good equipment on his commanders. They're all legendary. Starred up. He's got them all 1 starred, which is good, except for the boots. The boots are not starred up, but that's fine. Oh, and he's using purple skills. Okay, Okay, alright, well that explains a lot. But anyways. So that's how it's performing against the Suleiman. Okay, now I went into this battle with less troops. However, with more troops. However, I am going against a T7 mercenary. Um, this again, it's going up against a Lubu, but 5 star Lubu, 4 star Guan. Like top tier equipment, amazing stuff, right? And I like with that equipment, even though I went in with more troops, I should have gotten devastated. I didn't. This is with Miyamoto. Miyamoto Mehmed Lagertha. Miyamoto Mehmed Lagertha. Lagerthi. We're gonna call it Lagerthi. Miyamoto Mehmed Lagerthi. Um, this guy I don't even know what's going on here, but whatever. Shout out to this guy from Kingdom 6. Balamir88. He's out here with blue equipment and Harold and Guan. Those are a few reports I have with Lagertha. So as you guys can see, that she does have some potential, but she's not like a super amazing hero. And on top of that, she's used as a secondary. I don't have any footage yet of her as a primary because I didn't capture any. And I will. I don't even want to, but I'm going to anyways. I used her as lots as a primary in Apex Arena, lots and lots and lots as a primary, and I stopped using her. I'm gonna show you guys something. My Apex Arena battle record on defenses has been shit. I lost one defense, two defense, three. I lost two defenses in a row because I've been using Lagertha as a primary. I had I have a victory as my defense on the top. I had just switched my Lagertha back out as my primary. Now, what do I have as my current lineups? Oh fuck. Um, it's Mia, Mehmed, Harambe, and then I actually have Yodi, Tribuana, Lagerthi, because this is, to my experience, both in the field and here, her her the times when I took her out and it was actually great was when I had her behind Yodit. I liked her with Yodit, because Miyamoto, like, look, I get that you're missing out on the 30% damage increase. You're going to be missing out on the 30% damage increase when you have Lagerthi out of Miyamoto's lineup. And that damage increase instead is going to go into Harambe's skill. But here's the thing. One is that Harambe already needs his skill to be dealing extra damage. The second reason is that Harambe and Mehmet together are buffing Miyamoto so much that it just works. The third reason is that I don't like how Lagertha is with Miyamoto when I can have this lineup, and this feels fine. This is really, really solid right here. Now, there is a fourth reason, believe it or not. If we go ahead to Lagerthi, and you guys might understand why I'm scared to invest in her and why I also don't use her with Miyamoto. If we go to Lagerthi, if we go to 3 stars, while Judgment is active, it increases the additional activation chance by 5% and reduces damage dealt by 30. Period. Then there's a period. Reducing your own damage dealt by 30%? Bro, what a nerf. Like, what a nerf, dude. Like, what a waste of an investment. I've already been feeling like she's kind of mids. Oh yeah, and let's talk about her as a primary. And this is why I actually took her out of Apex Arena, because I was noticing that this is a problem. This is a problem with her, is that she hits 50 initial rage upon entering combat. This means a few things. Number one, other heroes are going to pop off their skill first, so that by the time she pops off her skill, oftentimes she is going to be dealing less damage. Two, because she's taking a longer time to pop off her skill, by the time you start your second skill activation, so many other heroes in the field are already going to have popped off their second turn. And while she's just approaching her second turn, it's not like she's not like a great primary. I've tried her as lots of the primary in Apex Arena, and she's not a super amazing primary, honestly. Okay, all right, she was a great primary, but when she was a great primary, I had to have her with my strongest heroes being Miyamoto and Mehmed. And I get that makes sense that, oh, okay, well, you have your one strongest batch of heroes, and so why don't you do that? Well, because if I'm going to use a Miyamoto primary with Mehmet, I may as well throw Tribuana in there anyways. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's why I think she's better with Yodit, is my opinion. Actually, I like her better with Yodit. And Yodit, honestly, Yodit could use some of that damage taken reduction from Lubu. Miyamoto with Mehmed, you're going to be tanking lots. And then with Tribuana there, you're going to be doing lots of healing. It's going to be nice, and regardless. So I would rather throw Lagertha with Yodit. That's what I'm going to say. I think she's better with Yodit, believe it or not. Oh yeah. Let's go back to this. Yeah. Reducing your own damage dealt by 30% is honestly terrible because you're going to be outputting less damage. Now, you might say, well, throw her with Miyamoto, and Miyamoto is going to be giving you a 30% damage increase buff when she throws her active skill. But if she's reducing her own damage by 30%, then you're nullifying the 30% buff from Miyamoto. So, like, what the heck is the point of having her with Miyamoto, and what the heck is the point in taking her to 3 stars? I don't know, man. I think what I'm going to do, guys, fellas, look, if you're waiting for me to give the amazing Lagertha guide, like, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. I'm going to wait for other YouTubers to take Lagertha to 3 stars and 5 stars and see how they like it, because I'm not investing in this. I ain't investing in this shorty no more, bro. Look, I've said this before. If you guys see me in the official Discord, you know that I've said that she is a nice addition. She is a good addition. Like, she's a nice addition because she's new and she brings in some stuff. However, she just feels a little bit mids. Like, she's not super game breaking, and I'm scared to invest in her, and I don't want to invest in her anymore because, as you guys know, that I'm basically free to play. Now, as of now, I am basically free to play. But being a free to play player in this game, you really got to hold on to your universal tokens. You seriously got to hold on to them because they are detrimental to your account. If I invest into Lagertha and then 1 month later, either a new swordsman hero comes out, or what if a new warrior pikeman hero comes out that I desperately need? Heck, let's say maybe an amazing warrior archer comes out that I decide I want to build a lineup now around my Mehmed along with my Bellevue with the new warrior archer. Well, then I'm going to be hooped out of universal tokens. So, for the reasons that I went over in this video, I'm not going to be investing into Lagertha for the time being. However, she sits with my Yodit. I do prefer her with my Yodit. Anyways, if you guys enjoy this content, do what you got to do. This is Lizard Jesus. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.